Yo, what's going on there, buddy? Now, I can't believe I even have to make a video on this because I would have thought most people would have had the common sense to know that Naruto is a better series than My Hero Academia. But you have some people out there that actually think that My Hero Academia is a better series. And don't get me wrong, if you like My Hero Academia better, then that's on you. That's whatever the case, right? But when we're talking about the general consensus, like, bro, there's no question in mind that Naruto and Naruto Shippuden is just a better series than My Hero Academia. I mean, hell, without Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, there is no My Hero Academia, right? Like, I know My Hero Academia took from Marvel Studios and DC Comics and all this other shit, right? But without Naruto as a series, like being a thing, I don't think Horikoshi would have had the inspiration to actually create the series of My Hero Academia. But with all that being said, let's start the video, man. Now, I'm not even finna waste my time. Like, I'm finna get straight to the point with this shit because I don't think I need to elaborate for 30 minutes on why Naruto is a better series than My Hero Academia. Like, if you actually click this video thinking that My Hero Academia had a chance on beating out Naruto, then you kind of played yourself, alright? Because there's no way in hell you can convince me or anyone else, or the majority for that matter, that My Hero Academia is better than Naruto. Like, when it comes to writing, and let me just get this out the way right now, like, both series have their shitty moments of shitty writing, alright? But when it comes to like mature content and tension in the story and cliffhangers and all that other good shit that keeps bringing you back and back for the next chapter and the next chapter and the next chapter, bro, Naruto has that hands down. Like, the fuck are we talking about, bro? Like, bro, I was present in the anime community when Naruto was a thing, bro. Like, this whole thing where everybody's getting excited because Overrated gave a speech for Deku and Class 1A being able to bring Deku back to UA High School and all this other corny ass shit that My Hero Academia is doing right now. Like, bro, none of this shit is on the same level as when motherfuckers first read that chapter of Naruto Shippuden where Naruto and Sasuke were on their deathbeds and Sakura gave Naruto mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Like, when that shit first happened, bruh, the game was in fucking disarray. Like, I'm talking about websites was crashing all over the fucking place. That might have been the first time I ever seen the Shonen Jump website crash, bruh. Like, there was no website you can go to read that fucking chapter. Not only that, right, but I seen YouTubers literally lose their shit over a fucking foot that was coming towards Sasuke. So, like, don't come and tell me that My Hero Academia has better writing than Naruto, because it doesn't. Like, Naruto's writing is far more mature, it has a lot more excitement, it has a lot more tension, consequences, it doesn't have any cringy ass moments, and I might just be throwing shit out there for the sake of it, but fuck it, let's take it there. Is there a moment in My Hero Academia that's more impactful than Jiraiya dying? No, I'll give you a better one. Is there a moment in My Hero Academia that's way more impactful than Itachi dying? Like, see, this is what I'm talking about, and this is why I didn't want to make this stupid ass video, because it's not fair, bruh. Like, My Hero Academia is not better than Naruto in writing, in characters, in arcs, and etc, whatever the fuck, it doesn't matter. Even the music in fucking Naruto is better than My Hero. And the fact that this notion is going around that Naruto is overrated is fucking insane, alright? Considering that the shit people consider good nowadays, like Tokyo Revengers and fucking Black Clover, My Hero Academia, Dragon Ball Super, Eden Zero, Dr. Stone, and fucking Boruto, which only seems to be good whenever Naruto and Sasuke shows up, like, these shows make Naruto look like a classic, bruh, and this is why they're bringing Bleach back, because everything that's out right now is fucking ass. The only Battle Shonen series that are good right now are Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece, and One Punch Man. Other than them, any other Battle Shonen series that are out there are fucking trash. Now, I know I just went completely off topic and I just started rambling on about some shit that has nothing to do with the topic of this video, but this is truly how I feel about this whole notion going around that My Hero Academia is better than Naruto and Naruto is somehow overrated. Like, if somebody was to come up and ask me, do I think Naruto is overrated as a series, I would say yes if you're comparing it to other shows outside of Shonen Jump. But if you're comparing Naruto to other shows underneath the Shonen Jump branch, then I would say no, Naruto is not overrated because it's a lot better than a lot of shit that ever came out of Shonen Jump. Like, it's the reason why it's one of the best selling Shonen Jump mangas of all time. Like, shit like that just doesn't happen by accident. accident. But if you was to ask me personally, like my top 5 Shonen Jump mangas of all time, like I wouldn't even have Naruto in my top 5. Like my top 5 would probably be One Piece, One Punch Man, Hunter x Hunter, Death Note, and Haiku. So like yeah, I don't think Naruto is overrated as a series, but at the same time, I don't have Naruto on my top 3 list like how most people would probably have it if you was to ask them what's their top 5 shonen series of all time. Like I think Naruto is perfectly fine where it's at as far as being the gateway anime, like the anime that gets people into anime. But if you're actually out here trying to compare Naruto to series like Full Metal Alchemist, like bruh, fucking stop please, cause you're really making yourself look fucking stupid. But since there's already a notion out there that My Hero Academia is better than Naruto, why not play with this shit for a second, right? Like let's have fun with this shit, man, because I know it's people out there that actually want to know my reasons as to why I think Naruto is a better series than My Hero Academia. So I guess we could start off with the story, alright? Now the story for both these series started off as underdog stories where both the main characters started from the bottom and by the end of the series they ended up on top. Now I think it's safe to say at this point that Deku will become the greatest hero of all time when it's all said and done. I mean, he did say this shit in the first chapter of the manga, so why the fuck would we doubt him now? As for Naruto, look, we already know how Naruto turned out by the end of Shippuden. He pretty much became Jesus Christ. But there was a point in both stories where the story started not to focus on the main character, but the world surrounding the main character. This is how he came up with philosophies like, what does it mean to be a real hero, or hard work beats talent, or your destiny is already predetermined. This is when you get hit with all those philosophies and the world start reacting to those philosophies, alright? Now this leads me to the next thing that's going to make me decide who has the better story. The arcs. Now, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, this shit is gonna be a breeze for Naruto, because My Hero Academia does not have an arc that's better than the Pain Assault arc. My Hero Academia does not have an arc that's better than the Sasuke retrieval arc. My Hero Academia does not have an arc that's better than the Chunin exam arc. Like bro, if I keep going, this shit would be overkill. This is the point where someone's supposed to say, stop it, he's already dead. But fuck it, let's keep going because My Hero Academia is better than Naruto, right? Let's keep going. My Hero Academia does not have an arc that's better than the Itachi and Sasuke arc. My Hero Academia does not have an arc that's better than the Land of Waves arc. Like bro, I'm done. Like, please, can someone tell me in the comment section what arcs do My Hero Academia have that can compete with those arcs I just said? Are you gonna say the fucking school games or fucking whatever games they had, the sports festival arc? Because let's be honest here for a second. The sports festival arc in My Hero Academia ain't shit but a bootleg Chunin exam arc from fucking Naruto. Like, it's a reason why people like that arc so much. It's because it reminded them of fucking Naruto. Like, is it not a coincidence that every time you ask somebody, do they still watch My Hero Academia, they be like, no, I don't watch that shit. They'll be like, how come? Because it got ass after the second season. Oh, you don't fucking say. You mean the second season when they had the Chunin exam arc? Oops, I mean the fucking sports festival arc? Yeah, I gotcha. By the way, Todoroki fucked that whole arc up, bruh. Like, the sports festival arc was fire as fuck, and then you had Todoroki come in on his retarded Zuko shit, talking about some, oh man, my fucking mom poured boiling water on my face, but I still blame my dad for everything. Like, bro, if you don't shut the fuck up and get your retarded ass up out this show, like, bro, that's what I'm saying. My Hero Academia's best arc is the sports festival arc. And guess what? That arc still doesn't compete with the Chunin exam arc. Now, My Hero Academia does have some decent ass arcs, alright? Like the war arc where Shigaraki first awakened his powers and he started going ape shit and it took like 5 motherfuckers to hold him down. I think that's low-key one of the best arcs, if not the best arc in My Hero Academia, but people will probably say that the sports festival arc is still better, but you know, whatever. The Deku Vigilante arc, bruh, that arc has so much fucking potential, but fell flat on his fucking face, bruh. Like, that arc has so much potential for world building that is not even funny. We got introduced to Lady Nagant that literally kicked the fucking door open for a bunch of heroes to come in with this mature and dark side of being a hero. But nah, class 1, they have to just fucking show up. And guess what? Everybody in the anime community is loving this shit. They love that oral rocket speech. Fuck all that shit, right? We don't need more heroes. We don't need more mature content on the hero side, and how being a hero is always not a good thing because it's also a dark side to being a hero. But no, fuck all that mature shit. Let's get to that Rocket speech though. But with all that being said, I do think that My Hero Academia has some decent ass arcs. I just don't think that their best arcs compete with Naruto's best arcs, right? And My Hero Academia has this weird thing with their arcs where they start off strong as fuck, but by the end of the arc, they kind of fuck it up a little bit, right? This is why I think the war arc is the best arc in all of My Hero Academia, because I rarely found any issues with that arc. Now, I know people might find some issues in it, you know, and still might think that the sports festival arc is the best arc, but I mean, that's their opinion, this is my opinion, right? I think the war arc is the best arc in My Hero Academia because that arc had the most hype moments in all of My Hero Academia. But even still, despite me thinking that the war arc is the best arc in all of My Hero Academia, I don't think that that war arc fucks with any of the best arcs in Naruto. And if you really want to take it there, I think Naruto's war arc was better than My Hero Academia's war arc. Like, you take away the Kaguya bitch and just keep Madara in there, like the war arc in Naruto was perfectly fine. Now let's get into the characters from both series, and when I'm talking about the characters, I'm also talking about the villains as well, because I don't really feel the need to give the villains their own category. Like, at the end of the day, they are characters from a series, right? So why the fuck would I do that? But when it comes to the characters from both series, like, bruh, how the fuck does Naruto not have this shit in the bag? Like, this shit is another sweep for Naruto. And I completely understand that this is all subjective to one's opinion, but there's this thing called the majority opinion, and when it comes down to the majority of people, they're gonna say that Madara is a better character than fucking Shigaraki. Shit, if you ask me, I think the Akatsuki alone is better than 90% of the characters in My Hero Academia. Like, is y'all really gonna try to convince me that Todoroki is a better character than Gaara? Like, let's fucking stop with the nonsense, bro, like, for real. But there is something I wanted to tackle with the characters, and I guess I'll be talking about the female characters specifically, because there's this whole notion going around that Naruto doesn't know how to handle their female characters well, which is true, by the way, but let's not make it seem like My Hero Academia is doing a great ass job with handling their female characters, because they aren't. The only good female characters in My Hero Academia are Lady Nagant and Deku's mom. Other than them, the rest of the female characters aren't nothing but pedophile bait and fan service characters with no substance. And the only reason why Overrated gets all the love that she gets is because she has a crush on the main character and she gets a lot of screen time. As for Mirko, because I know there's going to be someone that says, oh, what about Mirko's character? She's a good female character in My Hero Academia. Look, besides Mirko being the aggressive female who likes to fight in the top 10 hero, what can you really tell me about Mirko's character that's truly interesting? Like, seriously, like, I guess she's in a bunny costume and y'all like that kind of shit, but seriously, besides that, what makes her more interesting than Deku's mom? Because at least with Deku's mom, you can argue that if her character wasn't present in that show, Deku probably would have hopped off a roof a long fucking time ago, because Deku has no confidence in himself, or at least in the beginning of the series he didn't have any confidence in himself. That woman, and I'm talking about Deku's mom, made it to where Deku actually believed that he could become a great hero without a quirk. Like, that's mom of the year type shit. So yeah, Mirko is a cool character and all, but I wouldn't consider her a good character in My Hero Academia. Like, she's a cool character, like, she does what she does pretty cool, right? Like, she's a badass girl who kicks ass. Like, I get it, but like I said before in previous videos, just because you kick ass and get cool abilities and you get screen time, that doesn't make you a good character. And the perfect example of this is Noelle from Black Clover and Urza from Fairy Tail. So I stand with what I said as far as saying that Lady Nagant and Deku's mom are the only good female characters in My Hero Academia. Now, are these female characters better than Conan and Tamari and Kushina and hell, even Sakura for that matter? Like, if you ask me, I don't really think so, because if you take Kushina and Deku's mom and compare them, like, yeah, they both care for their sons a lot, obviously, but you take their sons out of the equation, it's like, okay, what the fuck are your characters? As for Mama Deku, you take Deku away from her character, what is her character? Like, it's not that much. But for Kushina, bruh, we know this bitch's whole backstory. Like, we know why she came to the village, we know how she met Minato, we know about her clan, we know about her relationship with Kakashi, Rin, and fucking Obito, we know about how she died for Naruto. We know everything about this bitch if you take Naruto out the equation. And not only that, right, Kushina's content was some pretty good shit. Like, if anything, her backstory hit even harder when you realize that Obito was Toby this whole time. So of course I'm gonna think Kushina is a better character than Mama Deku. That doesn't mean that Mama Deku is a bad character. She's still a good character in my opinion. The best female character, if not the second best female character in all of My Hero Academia. And everybody can keep laughing at me about that shit all you want, but the minute you see one of them big YouTubers put Mama Deku in their top 5 female characters list, look, don't say, look, you got it from here first, all right? Just remember that. As for Lady Nagant, like, even though we didn't get that much screen time on her character, the reason I consider her a top female character in My Hero Academia is because she's the first character, if not one of the first characters, to introduce the concept of, you know, being a hero is not always peaches and cream. Like, it's a dark side to being a hero. And I think Hawks was the first character to introduce this concept because I'm pretty sure the Hero Association had him doing some slimy shit. But I think Lady Nagant is the first character to actually be used as a pawn by the Hero Association as far as, you know, killing people, you know, and being fucked up by it mentally. Like, she couldn't even shake the hand of her fans because most of the time her fucking hands was covered in blood, bruh. Like, she was questioning if what she was doing was even right. But if I was to compare Lady Nagant to Conan and what she been through, like, bruh, come the fuck on now. Like, Conan's hometown was used as a battlefield for 3 wars, which resulted in her parents dying. Like, imagine you're living in a nice ass neighborhood, right? And then all of a sudden, everybody decided to come to your neighborhood to have their gang wars, which resulted in your parents and family being killed. Like, that's pretty fucked up, alright? Not only that though, but Conan and her friends decided to start a group called the Akatsuki, which the goal of the Akatsuki at that time was to bring peace to their homeland because it's been used as a battlefield for fucking 3 wars. The Akatsuki get into some shit which resulted into Conan losing one of her friends named Yahiko, and Yahiko entrusted the goal of the Akatsuki to Conan and Nagato, alright? Now you guys should know the rest about the Akatsuki as far as them recruiting S-rank ninjas so they can use brute force to bring peace to the nations. But obviously that didn't work because Naruto came in and kicked Pain's ass. But from that point on, Conan decided to leave Nagato's dream of wanting peace around the nations in Naruto's hands. And she pretty much did this because overall Conan is just a chill, calm, cheerful girl. You know, she just been through a lot of fucked up shit that just made her into a serious person. But all in all, like, she was a pretty chill, nice girl. Like, she hardly spoke at the Akatsuki meetings. The conclusion of her character pretty much ended up with her getting fucked over in the end by a guy named Obito, who started a whole war over the death of a 13-year-old girl who didn't like him. Like, yeah, this is really fucking dumb, but yeah, Conan didn't deserve to get fucked over, and she didn't deserve half that shit that happened to her in her lifetime. Like, she was a cheerful girl who was just trying to do her origami papers and live her best life with her friends and family, but unfortunately, when it comes to life, shit happens. So in the end, you can say that Lady Nagant and Conan are pretty similar characters with pretty similar backstories, but when it actually comes down to it, like, we really don't know that much about Lady Nagant other than what the fuck she's been through, right? But Conan, like, bro, we know her whole backstory and fucking then some. We know her relationship with Jiraiya. Like, we know, like, her ultimate goal and philosophies and shit. Like, we know a lot about Conan that would make her a more complete character than Lady Nagant. Like, this is not me just saying the character is better because we have more information on them. Like, no, like, not only does this character have to have information, but that information has to be compelling and it has to make sense, you know what I'm saying? It has to be understandable. And from that point, like, I understand mostly where Conan is coming from, more so than I do Lady Nagant. Now, as for Sakura, like, I'm not even gonna get into how she's a well-developed character, because if I do, this video will be over an hour and a half long, and I'm just not trying to do that. Like, if you guys don't understand how Sakura is a developed character, then look, I don't know what the fuck to say, right? Like, this shit is literally right in your fucking face. But then again, just because a character is well developed doesn't mean you have to like that character. But at the same time, you guys can't ignore what the fuck she's been through. Like, she started off as a weak ass female, and then by the end of Naruto Shippuden, she became Hokage level. Like, what the fuck? Like, she started being a little bitch toward Naruto, and by the end of the fucking series, now she's actually cool with Naruto. Like, she looks up to Naruto and all this other shit and then some. Y'all can keep holding that Sasuke shit over her head if y'all want to, but I mean, in the end, they did end up together and end up having a kid, so yeah. And also, y'all trying to shit on Sakura because she fell in love with a dude that tried to kill her multiple times. Like, y'all really need to stop it with that nonsense and add context, because those 2 times that Sasuke tried to kill Sakura, Sasuke wasn't even all the way there mentally, bro. Like, he was depressed as hell, going through the darkest moment of his life. Like, he just found out that his brother's been used for a fucking pawn, and he ended up killing him for no fucking reason. Like, is that not a reason to be depressed? Homeboy was trying to kill everything in his way. Like, fuck out of here. And that second time he tried to kill Sakura, he was fucking blind. So I'm pretty sure when he grabbed whoever the fuck he grabbed, he didn't think he was grabbing Sakura specifically. Like, no, man. Nor did I think he really cared who he grabbed, because he was in a dark ass depression around that time. And the third time, when he resolved his issues with Itachi and he was fully aware of what was going on around that time, he put Sakura in the Genjutsu. He ain't try to kill her. Like, y'all need to stop making it seem like Sasuke was targeting Sakura because he didn't like her. Like, no, he didn't like anybody. He wanted to kill everybody, bruh. As for Sakura still liking him, like, what the fuck you expect? They was on the same team. Like, they seen each other every day, bruh. And not only that, but Sasuke acknowledged Sakura by saying, hey, thank you for everything, before he left the fucking village. So, like, the fuck you think she not gonna hold on to some shit like that? As soon as Sasuke got all that hatred out of his heart, this motherfucker came straight to Sakura and look, you know the rest. But look, that's all I have to say about the characters and the female characters. Naruto's best female characters are better than My Hero Academia's best female characters. Not that both the series have good female characters to begin with. So like, I don't understand the whole point of me even comparing these two, or even why there was even a notion out there that My Hero Academia did their female characters better. Like, no, both series suck at doing female characters. Like, let's leave it at that. Now, let's get into the fights. You know what? No. Let's not get into the fights, because I remember doing a video on My Hero Academia versus Black Clover, and I think I gave Black Clover the edge in the fights category. So like, if Black Clover is beating My Hero Academia in the fight category, then what the fuck is Bro, come on now, bro. Naruto has better fights than My Hero Academia, bro. Like, do we really have to do this? Like, Kakashi versus Obito, fucking Madara versus the Ninja Alliance, Sasuke versus Naruto, Rock Lee versus Gaara, Tamari versus Shikamaru. Like, I'm not finna get into this, bro. This shit is nonsense, alright? Naruto wins in the fight category, they win in the story category, and they win with the characters. Like, this whole video was overall fucking stupid, alright? Now, if you like My Hero Academia better than Naruto, hey, go ahead, knock yourself out. I don't give a shit. But if you actually try to come to somebody with this factual evidence shit that My Hero Academia is better than Naruto, bro, you better take that shit and roll it up in a blunt or a cigarette, whichever your preference is, and smoke that shit until the ashes burn out. Like, no one is not trying to hear that goofy ass take at all. Like, don't be like CBR out here saying stupid shit for the sake of getting clicks. But that's pretty much all I really had to say. I'm sorry if this video came off biased as hell, but then again, I don't really see it as me coming off biased, but instead me just saying shit that everybody should already know. Like, it's like what I said in the beginning of the video, bruh. This shit was not fair at all. Like, Naruto has this long list of episodes and arcs that I can just keep shitting on My Hero Academia with, while My Hero Academia hasn't even reached 200 episodes yet. But then again, I do read the manga, and if I'm just going off the manga in the current arc right now, which is supposed to be the final arc, I mean, if this indeed is the final arc of My Hero Academia, then I'm not even gonna lie, bruh. Like, My Hero Academia had a pretty disappointing run. Like the shit that I thought My Hero Academia was gonna dive into as a series, like, bruh, them motherfuckers never even touched the surface of it yet. And considering how My Hero Academia handles its arcs, where like in the beginning of every arc is really good, but then by the end of the arc, it's like really shitty and really bad. Like, it's kind of like how Kishimoto handles his characters, like Madara and, you know, Kaguya and Obito and all them other characters that people seem to like a lot, but then have a shitty ending because Kishimoto didn't know how to finish off their character the right way. Like, it's kind of the same thing with, you know, Horikoshi and how you finish off his arcs. Like, in the beginning of the Deku Vigilante arc, I did think it was pretty good, even though I did have my doubts on why Deku left UA High School and how he would handle himself. But as the story started to come together more and more, like, I feel like the series was going in the right direction, and ultimately I feel like it was going to answer a lot of my questions as far as the world building aspect of My Hero Academia. But instead, the motherfuckers fell flat on their face and they dropped the ball, and they introduced us back to Class 1A, and now Deku is back at UA High School. now we have to rely on All Might, Stain, and Shigaraki to save the series. But all in all, My Hero Academia does not have enough content to go against Naruto. But if we're just going off of what My Hero Academia already has, including the manga, like, bruh, come the fuck on now. Like, this shit is an easy win for Naruto, alright? Like, you would have to be a die-hard My Hero Academia fan to actually sit up here and say that My Hero Academia is better than Naruto. And let me just make this perfectly clear. Both these series aren't that great, alright? Like I said earlier in my video, even though Naruto is a very successful series, like, I don't even have that shit in my top 5, alright? Like, I'll even say top 6 if you really want to get into it, but look, that's pretty much all I had to say in the video. If you guys liked the video, like and subscribe. I very much appreciate it. It's your boy Trigger Senpai, and I'm out, man. Peace.